Grand afternoon. Hi, my name is Leonard T. Munson. My website is readings by leonardtmunson.net. The full buck moon in Aquarius on July the 29th, 2026 peaks at 10:35 through 10:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, forming an opposition between the Sun in Leo and the Moon in Aquarius. This is a high vibration, transformative lunar event that blends Leo's personal fire with Aquarius' collective vision, encouraging both individual expression and group alignment. Cosmic context. Leo's Sun versus Aquarius Moon. Leo seeks personal recognition and creative expression. Aquarius values independence, innovation, and community. This opposition can spark tension between self-assertion and group responsibility. Planetary aspects. The Sun conjuncts Jupiter expands freedom. The Moon conjuncts Pluto and Juno power, transformation, and deep relationships. Harmonizing with Neptune and Uranus, vision and disruption. Uranus squares a hidden danger, the urge to emotionally detach or ghost relationship to avoid vulnerability. Myth and symbolism. The bulk moon symbolizes renewal, resilience, and regrowth, like deer antlers, shredding and regrowing. General themes: break old patterns and question outdated system. Innovative breakthroughs in career, lifestyle, or relationships. Community alignment, finding your true group and collaborative projects. Emotional detachment as a tool for clarity, but beware of self-sabotage. Authentic freedom from social expectation. In other words, you have to balance your freedom and independence from creativity and recognition. Some people work good in groups. Some people do not work good in groups. For instance, you want to be part of a group, but they shut you out. That means you're not supposed to be part of any group. You are supposed to be independent from the group. And being independent from the group, you take all that energy that you were going to put into that group and put it into you. And you create your own group. Aries. Leo's fire meets Aquarius vision. Expect bold new ideas and a push to break free from old roles. Watch for impulsive decisions without backup plans. In other words, have your strategy, Aries. And move forward and have plan A and B, even C and D. Taurus. Aquarius collective energy may challenge your comfort with routine. Consider redefining your values and group affiliations. In other words, Taurus, try to combine collective energy and challenging the routine and comfort. Get out of that comfort zone and look at your values and any group affiliations that makes you small, that tries to dim your light. Gemini, communication and networking will be key. Use this moon to connect with like-minded groups and share innovative ideas. So in other words, you got to find your soul tribe. You don't want to, Gemini, deal with groups who are toxic, who are chaotic, and psychic vampires who drain you. You have to set boundaries and say no and mean it. Cancer, emotional freedom is encouraged, but avoid ghosting loved ones. Seek deeper, more authentic connections. In other words, you want your freedom of emotions. You want anything that's been holding you back, Cancer, that's draining your emotions. You want to have an open mind and find people that seeks the same, that are authentic, and be your authentic self. Because 85% of people today are fakes. They pretend. They wear masks. Recognize these masks, whether they're individual or groups, and leave them alone. And this way, your freedom and create innovative ways of loving yourself. Leo, your personal spotlight shines. But remember, Aquarius, call to serve a greater cause. Balance self-expression with community impact. So Leo, it's not always about you. You're not the one that always has to shine and be the limelight. Sit back and give that limelight and let them shine to other people. And you will balance your self-expression and create a new community, which is your soul tribe. Virgo, practical projects gain momentum. Use this energy to innovate and align with a group or cause. In other words, get these projects going. That is not going to just enhance you, but the greater community that you want to be part of. But you don't want to be part of a negative community that has meetings so they can eat and have coffee and shuffle papers around and disagree and come up with nothing. Libra, relationships and partnerships will be tested. Seek balance between personal needs and collective harmony. So Libra, you need to balance all partnerships and relationships. Those who are not working out, let them go by the side. And embrace those that's working, that is going to bring you growth in your newfound self with self-confidence. Scorpio, deep transformation is possible. Pluto influence can bring power and change, but be cautious of control issues. Scorpio, get the stuff that's been turning and bothering you out. Release it. You're carrying burdens that could be generational or family, curses and trauma. If there was a trauma in your life, release it. Forgive yourself, forgive those who created this trauma, and get in touch with that innocent child and see yourself hugging this child and saying, we did not do anything wrong. These were damaged individuals who refused to do the work to heal themselves. Sagittarius, expansion and exploration are strong. This is the time to think big, connect with like-minded communities and individuals. In other words, people that's been there for you, Sag, stop treating them like nothing. Because they are not going to continue to let you stomp on them. They're going to burn the bridge. And let things go.